In the previous lesson, we talked about the user input node and how data enters the workflow. And now let's look at what happens after input is collected. This brings us to the LLM node. This is where the workflow starts to think. The LLM node is responsible for processing information. It takes the input from previous nodes, applies instructions, and generates a result. In other words, this is where the AI actually does its works. It's important to understand one thing. The LLM node is not the entire workflow. It is just one step in a larger process. A common mistake is thinking that everything should happen inside the LLM node. In a good workflow, the LLM does one job, and other nodes do the rest. So what should the LLM node actually do? Typically, it is used to understand the user input and transfer some information or generate some text, even make language-based decisions. It should not do something like controlling the overall logic or handling some complex branching or even managing some data flows. So those responsibilities belong to other nodes. And in Dify, the LLM node looks something like this. Don't worry about the settings yet. For now, just notice that the node receives input and produces the output. So now let's continue with LLM nodes. I will follow the official document to do the following steps. Let's start with the user input that we have in the last lesson. Click the plus sign, click the LLM node, and you will see different parameters here. So don't be afraid of it. We will go it step by step. First of all, the model. And here we can see the model is GPT-4o mini. It is good. You can click the model right here and change the model you want. Be careful. You can click the upper right corner and go to the settings, go to the model providers, and you will see some quarters here. For me, I'm a pro user, so I have 5,000 quarters per month. But if you are a sandbox users, you'll get 200 for free. This is especially for OpenAI models. So let's go back. And for now, the specific model is not very important. What matters is that this node represents a single core to a language model. So now you will also see a lot of parameters here, temperatures, top P, etc. You can go to the official document to get their meanings. Also click this one to get the meanings. And now you will see the context. The context section is where the LLM receives information from previous node. In a workflow, the LLM does not work in isolation. It always depends on what comes before it. So please go to the user input and click the plus sign. Now we define a user input as A. Okay, and here we can just put the A in the context. So now the LLM can get the user input variable. For now, the system, and you can also see an add message here. What are these? You can go to the official document and you'll see they are the prompt configuration. And normally we have three prompts. The first is system, the second is user, and the third is assistant. And for me, I always use the first two ones. First and second, the system and user. The system always means behavior, which means the LLM knows what its role is. And the second, user, is always the input variables. So just right here, you can see the prompt. For the system, you just copy it and paste it. And click add message, you will see the user. And if you click again, you will see the assistant, but now we do not use it. So here for the user, you can just choose A as the input variable, or because you see we have the context right now, just choose the context, and that's done. So you will also see some extra functions such as vision, such as output variables, something like structured or retry on failure. You can search for how to use it in the official document, because for this lesson it is for the start users, so I will not introduce you about this in phase 1, but in phase 2 and phase 3 I will talk to you more about them, and especially output variables, the structured output, and the vision functions. And after that, you can go to the output, and you can assign an output as A and click the output of the LLM text. So let's see how does it work. You can click the test run. Okay, now the user input is telling me about LLM. It's good. Let's just start run. So now it says something about LLM, right? This is the output of the LLM. You can go to the tracing to see the output. Output A is the answer given by the LLM. So that's it for the LLM node. So far, the LLM node has been working only with the information we give it, the variable A. But in real workflows, the model often needs access to information it doesn't already have. In the next lesson, we will look at the knowledge retrieval nodes and know how workflows bring external knowledge into the system. I will see you in the next video.